Imagine you're a taxi driver with a junker car that's always breaking down, barely making ends meet. Then a stranger hops in your cab and turns out to be Keanu Reeves. Crazy, right? That's what happened to Daniel Carter. One rainy night, one wild ride, and a twist he never saw coming changed his whole life. Stick around. This story's got suspense, heart, and a jaw-dropping ending. Meet Daniel Carter. He's 45, with a scruffy beard, tired eyes, and a beat-up old taxi that's more rust than metal. Daniel's not living the dream. He's just trying to survive. He's been driving this cab for 15 years, hauling passengers around a rainy, gray city. His wife, Sarah, works nights at a grocery store, and their 14-year-old daughter, Lily, keeps asking for stuff he can't afford, like new sneakers or a phone that doesn't glitch. The bills, they are mountain, rent, gas, groceries. And the taxi, it's a nightmare. The engine sputters, the brakes squeal, and it stalls out at least twice a week. Last month, it died in the middle of a fair, and the guy stiffed him. Daniel's got no cash to fix it. He's stuck. Every day's the same. Wake up, pray the car starts, drive all day and night. Passengers barely notice him. Rude suits yelling into phones, tired moms juggling kids, drunk guys who puke in the back and don't tip. He's invisible, just the guy with the wheel. The taxi's his lifeline, but it's falling apart faster than he can patch it. Last week, he spent his only $20 on duct tape to hold the side mirror on. Lily's birthday's in 4 days. She wants a cake and maybe those sneakers. Daniel's wallet's empty. He feels like he's failing her, failing Sarah, failing himself. It's Thursday night, late, past midnight. Rain's pounding down, turning the streets into a slippery mess. Daniel's cab is parked under a busted streetlight, engine coughing like it's got a cold. He's ready to quit for the night, crawl home to their cramped apartment, when his phone buzzes. New ride request. He groans, wipes fog off the windshield with his sleeve. Pickup's a few blocks away, a dark corner by some old warehouses. One more, he mutters, turning the key. The engine grumbles, stalls, then finally catches. He rolls out, headlights flickering in the downpour. A figure's waiting there, hood up, hands in pockets. Daniel pulls up, expecting another jerk who'll complain about the rain or the creaky cab. But this guy is about to turn Daniel's world upside down. The guy slides into the backseat, shaking water off his coat. "Thanks for picking me up," he says, voice calm and low. Daniel grunts. "Where to?" The guy gives an address, a quiet street across town. Daniel nods, pulls into the storm. The cab's a mess inside, torn seats, a dashboard light blinking red, rain leaking through a crack in the roof. The stranger doesn't complain, just sits there, watching the blurry city lights. Daniel's too tired to chat, but then the guy says, "Rough night, huh? This car's seen better days." Daniel snorts. "Yeah, you could say that. Thing's a junk heap. Breaks down every other day. Barely keeps me afloat." The guy leans forward a bit. "Sounds tough. How long you been driving?" Daniel shrugs. 15 years. Used to think I'd do something else, something better. Life had other plans. He doesn't know why he's talking, but the guy's got a vibe, chill, easy, that pulls it out of him. "Bills are killing me. Car's toast. My kid's birthday's coming, and I've got nothing to give her. Just keep driving, hoping it holds together." The stranger nods. "I get that. Sometimes it feels like the world's against you. Ever think about quitting?" Daniel laughs, bitter, every day. "But then what? This cab's all I've got." They keep talking. The guy asks about the worst passengers. Daniel tells him about the lady who spilled coffee everywhere and blamed him, or the drunk who tried to fight him over a $5 fare. The stranger laughs, shares a story about a time he got stuck in a storm with no ride, walking miles in the rain. "Made me appreciate cabs like yours," he says. Daniel smirks. "Even this pile of junk." The guy chuckles. "Especially this one." The rain's hammering harder now, drumming on the roof. Daniel's starting to like this guy. He's polite, doesn't treat him like dirt. But he still doesn't recognize him. The hood's up, the cab's dark, and Daniel's focused on not hydroplaning. Then, about halfway to the drop-off, the stranger pulls his hood back to shake out wet hair. Daniel catches a glimpse in the rearview mirror and freezes. That face. Those eyes. It's Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves. His heart slams against his ribs. Holy, he starts, but stops himself. You're him, aren't you? Keanu grins, sheepish. Yeah, guilty. Didn't mean to sneak up on you. Daniel's mind races. I didn't know. Man, I've been whining to Keanu Reeves this whole time. Keanu laughs. Don't sweat it. I'm just a guy needing a ride. You're the one keeping me dry. Daniel shakes his head, stunned. This is nuts. My cab's a wreck, and you're sitting in it like it's no big deal. Keanu shrugs. It's got character, and you're real. I like that. They talk more, way more. Keanu asks about the cab, how Daniel keeps it running. Duct tape and prayers, Daniel says. Keanu tells him about a beat-up motorcycle he fixed up years ago, how he loved it even when it broke down. They swap stories about rainy nights. Daniel's worst was when the cab died in a flood. Keanu's was filming a scene where he got soaked for 12 hours straight. You're tougher than me, Keanu says. I had a trailer to hide in. You're out here every day. Daniel blushes. Nah, just stubborn. Then, trouble rolls in. Another ping on Daniel's app. Pick up a block away. Weird spot for this hour, he mutters. Keanu raises an eyebrow. You taking it? Daniel sighs. Might as well. They pull up to a shadowy alley. A guy in a black jacket hops in, twitchy and sour-smelling. Downtown, fast, he snaps. Daniel tenses. This dude's off, shifty eyes, hands fidgeting. Keanu stays cool, watching from the back. The guy keeps glancing out the window, muttering under his breath. Hurry up, man. Daniel grips the wheel, stomach knotting. The cab sputters, nearly stalls. Come on, you piece of junk, he hisses. Keanu leans forward, voice steady. You got this. They drop the guy downtown. He throws a crumpled $5 and bolts. Daniel exhales. That was creepy. Keanu nods. Yeah, glad he's gone. They reach Keanu's stop, a little house with a crooked mailbox. Daniel shuts off the meter. No charge, he says, voice thick. You put up with my whining, and this junker. That's enough. Keanu smiles. Come on, let me pay. Daniel shakes his head. Nope, we're good. Keanu steps out, says, take care, Daniel, and vanishes into the rain. Next morning, Daniel's back in the cab. It won't start. 3 tries, just clicks. He curses, then spots it, a folded note on the passenger seat. His hands shake as he opens it. Kindness doesn't rust. Thanks for the ride. Check under the seat. Keanu. Daniel's heart pounds. Under the seat. Daniel scrambles, shoving his hand under the passenger seat. His fingers brush something. Paper. He pulls it out. A thick envelope. Inside, a check, $50,000, signed by Keanu Reeves. His jaw drops. Next to it, a handwritten note. Get a new cab. You deserve it. And call this guy. He owes me a favor. There's a card. Tony Russo, Russo's Auto Shop. Daniel's eyes sting with tears. 50 grand. A new cab. He clutches the check, laughing and crying at once. This can't be real, he gasps. But it is. He sits there, rain tapping the roof, replaying the night. Keanu didn't just pay him. He saw him, heard him, helped him. That twitchy guy flashes in his mind. Those shifty eyes. Was he trouble? Did Keanu stick around to make sure he was okay? Daniel shakes it off. Doesn't matter now. This check, this chance, it's a lifeline. He's not invisible anymore. Daniel moves fast. He calls Tony Russo that afternoon. Keanu sent me, he says, voice shaky. Tony laughs. That guy's something else. Bring that check. I got a beauty waiting. By evening, Daniel's at Russo's shop, staring at a gleaming black taxi. New paint, smooth engine, no leaks. Tony hands him the keys. Paid in full. Keanu's orders. Daniel runs his hand over the hood, grinning like a kid. He cashes the rest, pays the rent, clears the bills, buys Lily those sneakers and a cake with purple flowers. She hugs him tight. Dad, you're the best. Sarah cries when she sees the new cab. How'd this happen? Daniel just smiles. Good luck. Life shifts. The new cab's a dream. No breakdowns. No duct tape. Passengers notice. Nice ride. They say. Tips get better. Daniel's not rich, but he's breathing again. He keeps driving, but now it's different. He chats with people, listens to their stories. One night, a lady leaves a drawing in the back. Looks like Keanu. Daniel laughs, tucks it in the glove box. Maybe it's a sign. A year later, he's still at it. Same routes, new cab, new hope. He's got a savings account now, a cushion. Lily's got her sneakers. Sarah's cut back her shifts. One rainy night, he picks up a guy in a hood. His heart skips. Keanu? But no, just a regular dude. Still, he smiles, thinking of that night. The cab's got a little sticker on the dash. Kindness drives. It's cheesy, but it's true. Daniel never saw Keanu again. Didn't need to. One ride, one talk, one insane gift turned his life around. He's still a taxi driver, proud of it now. That new cab? It's his rock, and every passenger's a chance to pay it forward. So, what's your take? Ever had a stranger flip your world? Tell me in the comments. I'm reading everyone. If this hit you, like, subscribe, ring that bell. More crazy stories coming your way.